So what you're seeing here is a, model of a space shuttle called the Mayflower One from a 1982 parody film directed by Ken Finkelman, who was the writer of Grease 2, called Airplane 2, the sequel, or as it was known in some countries, Flying High 2. You probably know that I did a video where I talked about the title changes and how I said that the reason why Airplane and Airplane 2 were called Flying High was because of the Concorde Airport 79. Now, if you don't know what the Mayflower 1 is, it is a space shuttle that can go to the moon. In fact, it is the first commercial space shuttle to ever head to the moon. Now, in the film, the Rock 9K caused a malfunction, which leads it into an asteroid field and into the sun. And as you probably know, Rock 9K actually causes Dung and Unger to get sucked out of the airlock. Because you probably know what the Rock 9K did, but apparently he got blown up by the bomb that was in Joe Salucci's briefcase that was retrieved by Stryker, which was Robert Hayes' character in the two airplane films. And we all know the iconic moment that was in that film. The Mayflower One did a U-turn away from the sun. And also it speeds to 0.5 warp. That's W-O-R-P, not W-A-R-P, W-O-R-P. I tell ya, it's a great moment from Airplane 2, and I hope to God I would look at it again. Now let's look into what was different about the Mayflower One, this design, compared to the original posters for Airplane 2, as well as the video covers for that film, since the American DVD cover didn't even have the space shuttle. It had the two-knotted plane from the first film, which was never knotted in the film itself. It's just a straight-up plane model. This design was based off of the original poster and video cover for Airplane 2, the sequel, which is quite revolutionary for its time. We're going to be looking into the differences between this and the original poster for now. The red stripes that are shown in the hull and tail of the shuttle were based on the ones that were shown in the poster and sort of in the final film. The smile that was on the shuttle was based off of the original Australian poster for Airplane 2, the sequel. You know, the one with the water skier. And it was also the one that was used in the original Australian VHS release from CIC Video. The knots that are on the wings were based on all of the posters for Airplane 2, the sequel. That and the video covers as well, which is quite odd considering the fact that the knots are not on the wings in the actual film, but they're good for promotional ideas. The black engine, so to speak, is based on the one that was shown in the original poster and all of the video covers, which is, exactly like what an engine should be, unlike the four engines in that horrible plane. And it might have some situations going on, and if you've seen the posters, you'll know what I mean. Now let's go through what could have been on this design of the Mayflower One. As you can see on the wing here, you see the knot right there. As you can see right there, see it? That would have the policeman, the female that gets the wig taken off, and the tourist with the bag and the camera. And apparently, that side there would have been waiting for coffee. Because as you already know, part of the film's plot is that they're all out of coffee. Excuse me, miss, are you telling us exactly everything? Not exactly, we're also out of coffee. Insert passenger freakout. On the tail part there, that would have been when Tessa, Lorraine Landon's character in that film, who was almost cut, because she appeared in, I guess, some scenes, but apparently all of her scenes were in the TV version. Like this scene where she was talking to Clarence Overer, and this scene after Dung and Dung got sucked out of the airlock where she literally pulls out an entire friggin' clothing line! She would have been here, on the tail, pouring coffee to this guy, who kinda has a swollen wrist, I think. And by the way, that artwork of Tessa pouring coffee was based on a scene that got cut from the film.
Now be careful, it's very hot, okay?
Which is the reason why they're all out of coffee. By God, Elaine was right! This engine right here, that guy would have been crawling onto here. Now, yeah, this is where the guy would have been crawled here. I don't know what race the guy is, but yeah, it gets weird. Maybe it could have been Simon Kurtz who wants to get out of the shuttle for good?
I've lost my ship and now I've lost you, Elaine. I'm getting off.
Or Joe Solucci, who was Sonny Bono's character in that film, who, as we mentioned, had a bomb in the briefcase. And in a scene that got cut, he punched some random guy in the face.
Maybe it's just nerves.
Nerves.
On the other wing here at this knot, maybe some old guy was hanging onto his cane. I think he's senile?
Looks like I picked the wrong time to go senile.
On this part of the shuttle, in the original poster, the dog was holding on to it. Maybe it could have been, I don't know, Scraps? Yeah, I'm sorry about that, but Scraps will have to be shot. On this section of the shuttle, the female love interest, which I think is Elaine, would have been kissing, I don't know, the pilot, captain, or whatever. It didn't even look like Robert Hayes, or maybe even Peter Graves, I believe. Or even weirder, Simon Kurtz, who is played by Chad Everett. Now you can tell that there is nothing behind the shuttle, but in several different versions of the poster, there are. When the film was originally released in December of 1982, the original poster had Santa on it, which is basically the Mayflower One with Santa in his sleigh, and both Santa's beard and the sleigh were burnt to a crisp. As for the shuttle's nose, in the original poster, the Christmas-themed one, the nose was red. And apparently the image on the poster was used at the beginning of the trailer. You know, this holiday season, let Paramount Pictures take you for the ride of your life with Airplane 2, the sequel, or something like that. When the film was released in France, when it was called Is There Still a Pilot on the Plane, or Is There Finally a Pilot on the Plane, the Easter Bunny in the Easter basket is shown behind it, and just like the Santa one, it's being burnt to a crisp. In the UK and Australian posters, the water skier would have been here. And it's also the one where the shuttle has the smile on it. And of course the water skier would have been burnt to a crisp. And the poster had the iconic tagline, "In space, no one can hear you laughing." Whereas on the VHS, the tagline is, "Fasten your seatbelts for a ride you'll never forget." By the way, how's that for a multi-layer voiceover? And the Japanese poster is extremely terrifying and made people want to have nightmares, because it's basically the same space shuttle as the one from the UK and Australian posters, and also the French poster. I have no idea that it had a smile in that one. The Japanese one had stitches on here, here, and here, almost making it look like the Mayflower One is a freaking zombie. Basically like how Michael Myers was in the Japanese poster for Halloween 2. Unfortunately, I cannot show both of these posters as they are extremely terrifying. And there was even a horrifying, nightmare-inducing poster that was used in Poland, where for whatever reason the space shuttle is turning itself around and licking its engine part. Again, I cannot show that. And going back to the UK and Australian poster where the water skier is behind it, it was based off of an earlier version of the poster for the first airplane, where for whatever reason a scantily clad stewardess was on the tail of the plane. But apparently, Jim Abrahams, David Zucker, and Jerry Zucker did not like the artwork at all. They rejected it. However, the marketing department and Barry Diller liked it. So they called out Barry Diller and said, "How the heck can you do that? We do not want it." And then Katzenberg said, "Okay, Barry Diller is sorry of you. You were very kind." And then what happened was, the stewardess was removed from the tail of the plane. That info that I got was according to Jerry Zucker. And apparently for the poster of Airplane 2, they brought the whole stewardess on the tail thing, but the stewardess is on the back of the shuttle, and it's basically like a water skier, kind of like the Jaws 2 poster. You know, the one that had a different shark design. Again, I cannot show the Jaws 2 poster. And that is it. That is the Mayflower One from one of my favorite films, if you count Twister and Chicken Run Donut Nugget, Twisters, and the new Naked Gun film, Naked Gun 4 1/4 Law of Toughness, the 2008 parody film that no one asked for, Disaster Movie, and the only good Abraham Zucker film, Top Secret from 1984. And of course, one of my favorite films, Airplane 2, the sequel. See Airplane 2, the sequel, because it'll grow hair on bald men, make fat ladies spin, let fish breathe out of water, make blind men see, you're hopefully depressed but the downtrodden, let the sun shine in on a cloudy day, remove warts, help convicts kill straight, clear up bad skin, turn an upside down cake right side up! And by the way, you may now remove your 3D glasses and immediately return them to the attendant at the lobby. We hope you're used to these glasses, as it adds your enjoyment of scenes from Airplane 2, the sequel, the funniest comedy of the year. Airplane 2, the sequel. If you want to send some stuff to me so I can check out what you have sent, please send it to this exact address. However, you may only send some stuff that I am interested in. No airplane, okay? Because if you send something like this, I will make sure that I will tell you that I do not like this film at all. Unless if you would send me that Abraham Zucker 3 film collection set that I'm gonna get for Top Secret, well, you can probably tell that I'm not gonna get it for Airplane, I'm not gonna get it for Naked Gun, I'm only getting it just for Top Secret. However, I do think that you should send the set as a whole because, let's face it, it's a big deal. So make sure you send stuff like this, or this, or this, or this. And yes, even Airplane 2 the sequel, which I have just talked about right now. Oh, and get this, a special collector's edition of Twister, complete with a steelbook that features not only the secondary poster artwork, but the image of the pipe scene on the back. Heck yeah, I'm getting this. Well, actually, we do have the double feature set, which consists of Twister and Twisters, so we're pretty dang close. And also Airplane 2 the sequel, which had this cover. Just look at those nuts. I can't keep up with them all. And even the one in the original theatrical poster. Like, look at it. And just look at this poster for the worst film of all time. I mean, come on, do they really need to tie that plane up into another? I mean, that part never actually happened in the film. I mean, they clearly just used a toy model plane. Like, come on, really? And yes, this is what the plane actually looks like in the film. And here's another image of that same goddamn plane model, also from the film. God damn it, I hate this film. And its different titles, like this one known as Flying High, but I would refer to the film with this title. And the same exact thing happened with Airplane 2 the sequel. And we found the reason why. Universal. And the Concorde Airport 79. Universal didn't even want the title of Airplane being used in all parts of the globe, so the title had to be changed. And as for the Concorde Airport 79, however, not only did they have to avoid competing against Airplane or Flying High in some parts of the globe, but they also changed the marketing campaign from "At twice the speed of sound can the Concorde evade attack" to "See it for the drama, see it for the laughs." Why? Because Airplane exists. I just hated it so much. So make sure you send in to this address, and I hope to God I will look at them. And in the words of the good old immortal named Connor McLeod,
there can be only one.
If you came to party, make some noise. If you came to party, make some noise.
Airplane just opened the door to Hollywood for us for as long as we wanted it. I mean, it really worked pretty well, and we understood that kind of humor, so we could do that.
Mayflower, Mayflower, come in, over.
What's happening?
I don't know. We can't pick them up, sir.
Let me try.
All right.
Come in, Mayflower, over. Come in, Mayflower, over. Come in, Mayflower, over. Don't read me.
We try, sir. Come in, Mayflower, over. Come in, over. Damn it.
Come in, Mayflower, over.